YouTube, how you doing? Java Kid Programming here today, bringing you another tutorial in the Java Programming tutorial series. Today we're going to be looking at string handling, and basically what a string is, it's a series of characters within a word. So for example, hello or how are you or something like that. Each of those are strings, so strings contain characters. Now as we move on to the next slide, I'm just going to show you what are the various types of functions we can perform on strings. So as you can see here, I'm going to leave this PowerPoint in the description below so you can download it and have a look over anything after the video tutorial if you feel like it. Characters in a string are referenced with the first character as being position 0. So if we had, for example, the string hello, the character H would be indexed at position 0 because that's the way the indexing system works. Only one character can be stored in each position, so each index can only have a single character. For example, 0 can only have one character for H in hello or E or something like that. And then the code can be used to locate these characters is whatever your word is dot char at and then whichever character number you're looking for. So for example, in the word hello, if we wanted to find out what character was in position 3, we would write let's just say we called our variable word. We'd write word dot char at and then 3. So what the program will do is it will go through each variable each position number in that word, starting at 0 because that's how the indexing system works, and it will go 0, 1, 2, 3. When it reaches 3, it will look at which character is in that position and it will output the letter to us, or which character it is. The next thing we can perform on the series is indexing. Now the indexing system can be used to define specific words or specific characters in positions. For example, in hello world, what position is the character E in? Or for example, in hello, what position is the character E in? It works the same concept as the characters when you're using the char at function. It also starts with position 0 because that's just the standard indexing method for all programming languages. And then we get the code used to index is, for example, if our variable is called word again, we would write word.index of, and then we would write which character to find. So in hello, if I wanted to find the character E, which position that was in, I'd write word.index of and then E in speech marks. Then what it will do is it will go through hello and look where the letter E is, which is over here. Now some of you may be thinking it's in the second position, but if you remember the indexing rule, it always starts at 0. So this would be position 0 and this would be position 1. So E would be in position 1 of hello. The next one is the length of strings. For example, if we had a word such as hello and wanted to find out how many characters hello is made up of, or how long the string is, we can easily just use a code function to do so. So we can write a certain code which will return a value of number of characters within a string. That's what I just said. The code we use to do this is word.length, and that will return however many characters are in the string length, in the string word, giving us an integer value. And then last but not least, we have the replacement of characters. Now basically what you want to do with the replacement of characters, for example, if you had the word load and you wanted to change the LO to 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 make toad, you could easily just use the dot replace and then whichever series of characters you want to replace with whatever series of characters you want to replace it with. Now this is usually separated by a comma, and if I'm moving too fast for you guys, you can just pause the video, go back and reread the explanations, but I'll be moving on to the code within 2 seconds. So once again, if you want to replace LO with the letter TO, you can easily just write using dot replace and the series of characters you want to replace. So now that's the end of that. Let's jump into the code. I'm going to start a new project, Java application, and we're going to call this project string handling. Don't forget to create main class so that when you run it, it runs automatically. So here we have string handling. Okay. Now, if we write the method for the char at function first, we can say, I'm just going to keep this program really simple so you guys can just get a feel of how the different methods work, or how the different functions work. And to do so, we first need to define a new string. So at the top, I'm going to call a string word and give it the value of, let's say, potatoes. I don't know why I chose that, just a random word. You can give it any word you want, but for the purpose of this tutorial, we're just going to use potatoes. So now we're going to use the char at function, and how we're going to do this, we're going to want the program to output a message to the user telling us what position, let's say, the A is in. Okay, so we're going to write system.out.println. So this is printing a line to the user telling us what position the A is in. So A is in position, and then right here we're going to put space plus, and then word dot char at, and then we want whatever is in position, as we can see here, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to find out what is in position 3. Or no, sorry, this should be the character in position 3 is, and then that. So now when we go ahead and run the program, it should return the value A, because using the indexing system, P would be at 0, and then so on and so forth. So as you can see here, the character is in position 3 is A. Now moving on to the next one, I'm going to leave that up there. I'm just going to make a comment here, and now we're going to do the method of index of. Oh, by the way, one thing to note is the A must be capital, otherwise the function won't work, and the letter C must be small. And then obviously whatever position you want to return would go in the parenthesis. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to output a message to the user telling them which position a certain letter is. So we can say the letter, let's take S for example, is in position, and then we're going to write plus, because we need to add a new concatenation here, word dot index of, and then we're going to write the letter S in speech marks. So this will return us which position the letter S is in. Now if we run that, we should get the position 7. So running through the word, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's right. Once again, I'm going to leave that up there for you guys to have a look at, and the next method we will be going through is the method of length. And again, we're just going to do a message to the user telling them how long the length is. So we're going to say the length of the word potatoes is, concatenate our string, and we're going to write word dot length, and then we're going to run this, and it should return the value 8. So as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because it has 8 characters within the word. Now moving on to the last one, we're going to do the method of replacing. Oops. Okay, and again, just a short message to the user telling them what we've replaced the 2 words with. Now I know potatoes is quite a hard word to replace, so I'm just going to replace the whole word. So from potatoes we go to tomatoes. Tomatoes, yeah. And then concatenate this word, and we can write word dot replace. Now here is you want to write the first few characters which you want to replace. So in this case, I can actually replace the POTA. So in this case, I'm going to replace the POTA, and then I'm going to replace it with the letters that I want to replace it with, which would be TOMA. And then if we run this program, we should find out that potatoes turns to tomatoes. Okay, so basically that was a video tutorial on string handling, just once again so you guys can see the results of all these functions. Thank you for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, leave a like. If you have any constructive criticism, leaving in the comments below. I always reach each and every one of them, and thank you very much for your support. I shall see you in the next tutorial.